Blessings and welcome to this pick a card reading. Pile number 1 with the Dharma card and pile number 2 with the Samadhi card. So please take a moment to choose your reading. Blessings, pile number 1 with the Dharma card. So, wow, very powerful card to have chosen. And Dharma is all about your true soul purpose, right? What you came here to this planet to experience, to do, to fulfill. And finding one's Dharma is very, very powerful. You know, when we spend time in situations, doing things with people that don't fully resonate, aren't quite why we're here, we feel like we're wasting our time, our life, our energy, right? And tapping into our Dharma, fulfilling our Dharma, gives a feeling of empowerment. You never feel you're wasting your time. You have strength of purpose, right? Strength of purpose. So this Dharma card seems to be looking at you to really stay tuned in to your true north, right? It's like when you're doing that, nothing and nobody can get in your way, and nothing and nobody can affect your confidence, because it doesn't matter if they don't understand you. You know exactly what you're doing, right? So very beautiful card. Where you are on that journey in terms of discovering your Dharma, fulfilling your Dharma, or not feeling quite aligned with your Dharma, what you're being asked to look at is your Dharma, right? So just to keep that in mind. And we've also got the Pitta card. So Pitta's fire, right? The fire Ayurvedic dosha. And again, there's nothing that gives fuel, fire, right? Like fulfilling your purpose. So it's like that, the spark of inspiration, the fire energy to fuel your path. And it's what I'm getting here is you will always be provided with the resources and energy that you need to fulfill your purpose when you honor fulfilling your purpose, right? That sometimes when we're fulfilling our Dharma, we really need to go through that process of honoring what we feel, even though the outside world might not be giving us acknowledgement, reassurance, agreement, anything, right? It's like really honoring what you feel, and then it's like the universe starts showing up for you in ways. And I'm just getting that there may be a feeling of, oh, I want to do that, but I just don't have the energy. Take the first step, take the 10th step, take the 100th step, whichever step you're on. I'm really getting the message that you are going to be provided with the energy and resources that you need. So very beautiful. And let's have a look at some of the oracle cards that came out. Sovereign, reclaim, preserve, govern, remember. Very powerful card. So yeah, it's like I feel that you will, this feeling of sovereignty. I feel that you being in your power, it's like so much confidence and sovereignty is coming from within you. It's almost like the outer world can't give you anything extra. It's like you might be given everything by the outside world: recognition, honor, applause, riches, abundance, all material things, emotional things. But it's like you're feeling so sovereign and powerful and good anyway. Even though you may enjoy all these things, it's like you're on such a level of feeling powerful and feeling sovereign that it doesn't matter. Now, obviously, this could be talking about in the present. This could be talking about when you're fulfilling your Dharma after the discovery of your Dharma. It depends where you are on the journey, right? It is a general pick a card, so I don't want to sort of decide where the messages are for you, if that makes sense. And we have Priestess, begin, perceive, predict, prophesize. I feel as though quite a lot of self-reflection is needed here, because I feel like you're going to need to be very strong, and there are some obstacles ahead that you will overcome, but that you will need strength and perseverance to overcome, right? That's the message I got from that card. But I do get this feeling to begin. I really get this feeling of, I don't know sort of what the doubts are, why you feel there may be a lack of energy or resources, but so much goes on behind the scenes, and what the universe can provide, right, is, and how the universe can provide to us is beyond our wildest imagination sometimes, right? For example, we might feel like we need to buy a car, not be sure how, and somebody may give us a car. People sometimes don't want, for whatever reason, they don't go through the process of selling the car. They decide to give you a car. These things happen. Resources and people and the universe can show up in ways we cannot begin to imagine. And sometimes it's us that needs to take that first step in faith, right? Whatever that first step is. Sometimes it can be prayer, sometimes it can be reflection, sometimes it can be decision, sometimes it can be an action. So yeah. And we also have way shower, decide, that's so interesting. Decide, discern, defend. Maya, hands of the goddess. This is I really feel the goddess coming through for you. Like, she has many hands, right? The universe has many hands. The universe, don't limit what the universe can do for you. And sweeping sister William. Yeah, some compassion and tenderness towards yourself through this process is needed. Blessings, pile number 1. That is your reading. I really hope that helped. Pile number 2 with the Samadhi card. So a very, very powerful card to have chosen, right? Samadhi is the ultimate state of bliss, enlightenment. So I get very, very peaceful feeling from this card. And it's like, I do feel you just need to allow that state to be. Sometimes we just decide on another action, do another thing, put all sorts of pressure on ourselves. And we are human beings, not human doings, all right? So the feeling I'm getting from this card is very much a feeling of be in bliss, be in peace, and experience that beingness, that silence, that bliss. Right, just experience it for itself without, I'm experiencing this specific thing or that specific thing. Experience beingness, right? That's what I feel there. Wow. So the next card is the Buddha card, of course, as an example of someone who experienced beingness. The Buddha's the guy, the Buddha is the one. Buddhi actually means intellect. So a Buddha can be a male or female, someone who has controlled the mind, reached the stillness of the mind in order to be in that beingness, right? So those two cards coming one after the other, that's very, very powerful. And that looks to be the message. And we have shift, dance, enrapture, embody. Yeah, I feel sometimes it's like how silence and rest, we might not be able to work something out or do something one evening, then we sleep and suddenly perspective changes, we have energy, take action. It's underestimated, and I feel that you do need to go through this stillness, and then the happiness I feel it's very much about embodying that bliss. It does speak of the dancer, so of course dancing and in rapture, it somehow express that joy, right? Dancing is a great way. But anyway, I'm feeling here it's about the embodiment of that bliss and holding that frequency and embodying it. Incredibly powerful. Nurturer. Seed, conceive, nourish, birth. Yeah, that's what I feel this time is talking about. Even though you may just be in beingness, you know, if you look at the Big Bang and the universe, what can be birthed from that place is infinite, right? The entire universe was birthed from that place. Spirit, detox, purify, cleanse. Yeah, wow, what a beautiful card. So I do feel that's very much the message. There's a feeling of the purity in beingness, right? Buddha is a very good example of purity. He gave up all kinds of things in order to attain that state. And before this card, I just felt there was an incredible purity that you were then going to be embodying, but also the birth of all kinds of things from that place as well. Detox and purity is always very, very important. You know, sometimes we don't realize how much toxins can influence our perception and our energy, right? So regularly doing a detox, it could be a physical detox, it could be a spiritual detox, it could be detoxing from social media or people, right? Is always so good because it gives us so much more energy and allows so much more energy to go through us. So just a reminder there to detox, right? I'm going to put that card there so that we can see the next card. Dynasty of the Divine Mother. I have to say, your reading is coming through with so much peace and so much love from, you know, the Divine Mother of the universe or the Divine Father of the universe. It both, you know, I'm just getting a very, like you being a very sacred child of the universe and you being so loved. And it's I get a very, very powerful energy with you that feels somewhat beyond the general human understanding, right? Like it's so sacred and so spiritual, your energy. And even though some people may not always understand you, I feel the Divine Mother, Divine Father understands you and blesses you infinitely. And there's this incredible love pouring from her to you. So that's a really, really lovely message. And we have the Ivory Swan Goddess. I mean, you see how sacred she is here. She also looks quite fragile, delicate, right? And that's another reason detox can be so important, because we are fragile as human beings. And I do feel that you're incredibly strong, yet fragile. But there's this strength of love behind you. Yet take care of yourself. Blessings. Pile number 2, I hope that helped.